Welcome to IT Policy and Audit, ICT 401-601. In this introductory presentation, we will cover the following. I will introduce myself. We will talk about the expectations of this course. We will review a few myths about online courses. We'll talk about communication, course flow, and discussions. And finally, we will review the software, hardware, and networking requirements. So meet your instructor. My name is Josephine Kildy. I am a stout alum and currently a lecturer. I spent most part of my career in business and nonprofit organizations. I have also worked with students from middle school to postdocs in various capacities. My focus is using ICTs to solve social problems, which I tremendously enjoy. My passion is creating environments that facilitate learning. It is quite rewarding for me to see learning happen. So how am I as a teacher? My priority is your learning. My goal is to ensure that all my students exploit every opportunity to learn. That means I am here as your resource, but I can be of utmost help if we communicate frequently so I can understand your need, therefore understand how to support you. Though I am the instructor of the course, I have adapted this curriculum from the curriculum developer, my colleague Evan Svam. So he has developed most of the videos in this curriculum and he has developed the whole curriculum. I'm just adapting it. So if you find videos that have a male voice in them, don't be confused. It is Evan, and he's very good about what he does, and he has developed a wonderful curriculum that will help all of us learn together. So what are the course expectations? In one word, high. As Einstein said, learning is an experience. Everything else is just information. This course offers a lot of information, but the capacity to transform that information into knowledge lies in your interaction with the material, with the instructor, and with allowing yourself to have constructive struggle. It is in that struggle that learning happens. So there are several myths out there about online courses, and we will address a few in this class, but please look them up online and you'll find there's a lot of them. But here are a few that I thought would be pertinent to this class. The first myth is that online classes are easier. Reality, online classes are more challenging compared to traditional classes. Online classes tend to be more demanding and require more time. Extensive reading requirements and time management for assignment deadlines are required for student success in an online class. Do not underestimate the time commitment. Pace yourself and ensure you fulfill the demands of an online class. If possible, if you've never taken an online class, be sure to talk to somebody about their experience and what the expectations are. The second myth is I can do assignments anytime, and that is true. Online classes give you that flexibility to do assignments day or night, but assignments do have deadlines. The deadlines on the course syllabus apply. Online learning requires a lot of self-discipline to pace the work accordingly in order to meet the deadlines without overworking the last minute. The third myth, online classes do not follow the regular semester. Actually, online courses follow the same semester schedule as on-campus classes. So policies for withdrawal and incompletes, just in case you did not finish the course in time, and grading apply to online courses just as the same as the on-campus classes. The fourth myth, I can hide and remain anonymous in an online class. Actually, online classes require extra and frequent engagement and communication. There are a lot of required discussions and other activities between students and instructors in an online class. This allows for an opportunity for students to engage in a dialogue. Since these interactions are not usually face-to-face, it requires intentionality and priority to commit and sustain frequent communication using various communication channels available. And we'll talk about those communications in the next slide. And the last one, I can cram all my work into one login session. Reality, little chunks are better than one gulp. It is difficult for students to be successful in a class when they only log in once every week or twice. Most people learn best when they have an opportunity to learn small amounts of material, then reflect on that material before learning some more. In this course, there are required regular discussions and teamwork that will not work with occasional visits. Grades can suffer in many ways if students only log in once every week or two. Better to do little chunks daily versus one gulp just before the deadline. Communication. In this course, communication is key. In order to be successful in this course, whether online or on-site, communication with the instructor, with your teammates, and with your peers is integral to your success in this class. There are various ways to communicate. So we have the discussions. So these are material-based discussions in the first three modules of the course. This is one way to share knowledge with your peers and learn from others. The other way is through collaboration with teammates. This one is required for your team projects. Find communication methods that work for you that will facilitate consistent and continuous communication throughout this course. Another way of communication is face-to-face. This one is open for on-campus students, but also online students. If you live close to Menominee and you can come to class for face-to-face questions and answers, you are welcome to attend. We will meet on Mondays from 4:40 to 6:40 p.m. at Comtech 224. Otherwise, check the syllabus for office hours and you can come and see me during office hours. The other form of communication is email. Email is a great way to communicate. It is asynchronous, but I do have a fairly quick turnaround. But don't wait till last minute to send an email with questions. A lack of timely response will not be an excuse for late assignment submittal. And lastly, we have Link. Link is a great communication tool for collaborating with peers. We will not use Link for lectures, but for small group and individual meetings. So, and you'll get Link through your Office 365. So check, if you haven't used it before, make sure you are prepared to know how to use it. In other words, whatever works for you to facilitate effective learning, make sure you use it. So course flow. So this course is divided into 8 modules. Modules are small chunks or parts of the larger complex course structure. It's like chapters in a book. Each module takes around about 2 weeks, with the exception of this introductory module. Each module consists of learning objectives, readings and media, discussion tasks, and assignments or activities. The course is structured such that the discussion tasks are in the first 3 modules, and then we move on to individual assignments and group activities in an in-depth group project. More on that will be discussed as we continue with the course. On the main page is a big yellow box. This is a very well organized guide throughout the course of assignments and due dates. Please be sure you are checking the big yellow box every day to ensure that you have submitted your assignments on time and that you know what is coming up next. So the discussion process. So discussions are structured conversations based on readings and media. Please review discussion rules for the structure of this course. Discussions are not based on quotations from the material covered. They are processed product of ingestion and digestion of the materials. That means you read the materials, you process, and what you understand is what you post on the discussion board. So discussions are a rich source of learning because they help us connect with each other's learning and create deeper and wider understanding of the materials. So sharing with others is a key part of learning. We learn more by sharing than by consuming knowledge. If you look at the learning pyramid, and you can Google it if you're not familiar with it, you absorb 5% of materials presented in a lecture, 50% if you engage in a discussion, and 90% if you teach someone else. So therefore you can see the importance of posting on discussions and also teaching your peers what you have learned. Software, hardware, and networking requirements. So you are responsible to ensure you have functional equipment. Dysfunctional computers and lack of proper equipment will not be an excuse in this class. That is your responsibility. You are responsible to make sure you have a dependable computer, and if the computer is available when you need it. You, in this course, you do not have a lot of software requirement, but you will need link for communication and CRM, which we'll learn more about throughout the course. Make sure you have reliable internet. Slow or lack of internet is not a valid excuse for not completing your assignments. Also, make sure you have a microphone for link communications. Most laptops nowadays come with inbuilt mic, but if you have an old computer, make sure you have an external mic. If you encounter any computer problems or software problems or networking problems, ensure they are resolved as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last minute. Finally, we'll review what we have just covered. You just met me, and we talked about the expectations of this course. We talked about the myths of online classes, and I would strongly encourage, if you have never taken an online course before, please review those myths to make sure that your expectations match the course expectations. Talked about communication methods. Communicate, communicate, communicate. We should preview the flow of the course and how to post on discussions, and make sure you are responsible for your hardware, networking, and software requirements. So I look forward to meeting you all in class or online. Let's have a great semester. Thank you.